and welcome to week 31. Yes, 31 of building my custom Venator. We've made some great progress this week and spent another whopping $120 on this massive project. So if you do want to contribute to this project somehow, please join my Patreon down below or my YouTube memberships. Everything does help to fund this project. It is a very expensive project and I probably put thousands of dollars into this thing. So let's get into this update without further ado. Starting off this week, we're taking a look at this thing, which I had to take apart on the other side because we spilled milk on it from like 2-3 weeks ago. So I cleaned all those parts and we're probably going to try to rebuild this on this side, this update. But right now, I kind of want to work on getting this part complete right here with the Republic emblem, which we have made a Republic emblem, but I'm not sure how much I love it. Here is that Republic emblem. Yeah, it seems a bit big. Also, I'm not in love with it, so I may redesign that. I'm not sure yet, though. And we're also going to be working on this section right here, all the panels for this, since we bought a whole bunch of 1x6 bricks from Lego.com. Pick a brick. I bought, I think, 250 of them or 200, somewhere around there. I bought a lot of 1x6 bricks so I can make the panels for the next section right here. Let's get into it without further ado. We've made some great progress, such as this panel right here. This is a panel that's going to be angled exactly with this slope right here, like so. And there may be a little teeny tiny gap, but that won't be too noticeable. But we have made this amazing contraption, which I find to be extremely hard to make since I had to make both of these sides smooth, and it was just a little bit difficult to actually get this made and have it be strong and secure. But I think I figured out a good strategy on how to make this work, with every other brick column having a 1x2 divider gap connecting to this side, as you guys can see right there, the 1x2 brick that is lined inside there. But this is great because this has the elevated side, which we need to correspond with this elevated side right here. So that is great to see on this update. So we now have that in the works, and this is a great design for it. But I do need a bunch of these slope pieces, which I currently do not have. So I do need to order a bunch of those. And unfortunately, with my last pick-a-brick order, which just came in actually, this was not a piece I ordered, unfortunately. Plus, I can get it cheaper off Bricklink than Lego.com anyways, so that's a good thing. So for my next Bricklink order, instead of pick-a-brick order, I will be ordering a few of these pieces to complete this section right here and expand on this section, because I think I'm going to use this technique throughout the whole back end of the Venator. So I'm very excited and looking forward to that. Another thing we also did was rebuild completely this panel right here. Now, not completely, but we did get a start on rebuilding this panel from a few weeks ago when it was destroyed on the Venator update because I spilled milk on it and I had to deconstruct it. Well, I cleaned all of those parts off and now it is right there on the Venator. So now we have two panels once again on the Venator, plus this little excess section. This took about a few hours to do. It was really quick and easy to build since I know what I'm doing with this, but eventually I'm going to have to tear these apart again and add some more details inside here, like some lines and some indentations, but I'm going to worry about that later when I'm working on the final details of it. Right now I'm getting the shape and the frame of it, but this is looking pretty good right now, so I'm super happy with that. Now let's take a look at some of the parts that came for this week's update. So taking a look at the parts I got, this is about $120 worth of parts right here I got from pickabrick.com. I was getting all these parts so I could get the promo, a second one, because I got one with The Office, and I also got one of these spooky skeleton promos, which I wanted, I guess. So now I have a bunch of parts right here. I think some more are still coming in, because I think there's like a third distribution center that these have to come from, but I'm pretty happy with these bricks and how they came. So these will be great for next week on the Venator update when we really dive into this section a bit more. I know I ordered a bunch of red 1x6 bricks that will be coming in soon, hopefully. I don't know when they will be coming in though. But right now, I'm going to use these 1x8 bricks to complete this section of the Venator. You see these columns that use 1x8 bricks. Well, that's not on every part of these columns. There's a lot of them that are missing, so I'm going to fill up these areas right now. As you can see, these are the sections I was talking about. There's some areas where they just aren't there because I don't have the parts, so that's what I'm going to work on right now. Alright, I've now filled in all of these pillars that were left. There were quite a few of them, at least 6 or 7 of them that need to be filled in. So I'm super glad that I got that done this week on the Venator update. I really want to work on something else a little bit more though, so I'll get back to you guys in a little bit with that. Alright, so I said I was going to do a little bit more, but I ended up doing a lot more. I did all of this massive wall right here connecting to this section right here. Now you may be curious about this brick and this brick right here. Well, those are just to hold the panels in place till I find a viable solution on how to connect it to the actual Venator itself and make it detachable easily. But right now these are just to hold it in place so it doesn't go sliding off these kind of like rails right here, because this one does tend to slide off a lot. And then it knocks over a milk, which falls on my computer and makes this whole thing dirty and causes a whole ton of problems. You know the story of how many times this thing's fallen and things that's happened because of it, such as milk spills, broken bricks. It is just a terrible system. So I really gotta figure out a way to connect this to the Venator somehow soon. I just want to figure out the right angle for doing that and the right placement for that, which is something that's going to be very complicated to do. I've tried out a few things, but it just doesn't work super well. So soon I will have to try to find a strategy on how to make this stick to the Venator without causing too many complications. But guys, in the end, I do want to have these hanger doors open automatically, kind of like how I have these doors open automatically with the flip of a switch back there. Of course, it's not hooked up right now, so it's not going to run, obviously. But if it was hooked up, it should theoretically still be running, which is something we've worked many weeks on in the past. But I would eventually love to make two red doors that open up automatically on the Venator and have the gearbox for them be up here somewhere, since this is where I tend to keep all the gearboxes and stuff regarding to gears on the Venator. Another thing I do want to do for gears is make these doors open and close, but besides that, that's all I really want to do with gears, is just to make these doors open and close, these doors down here open and close, which we already have, and these doors open and close, which we something we'll be working on eventually. So ending out the Venator update this week, we've made some amazing progress on the back section and on the front section. We made this panel and parts of that panel, and I'm super excited for next week when we start adding some amazing red stripes to the Venator on this side of the paneling. But that's all for now, guys. Peace out, stay awesome, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.